Hello, I'm Alex from WhatCulture.com. New supernatural horror, The Other Side of the Door, hits UK cinemas this week, March 4th. And to celebrate, we sat down with Johannes Roberts, the film's director, to talk about his inspirations and his love of the horror genre. Take it away.
Can't believe it, my children are geniuses.
I love it. I'm a big kid. I absolutely, just love supernatural, love being scared. Since my dad read me The Hobbit and then discovered Lord of the Rings, I love that kind of stuff. And it's just a rich plateau to write stories against. I can't get enough of it. I love watching them. I love writing them. The one thing I'd actually sort of specifically got into the industry to directing to do would be to do a ghost story. It's the one, I think it's the hardest style of film to do, full stop. It's just very, very hard to do a good, fresh, new kind of ghost story, which I hope this is. I'm a huge Stephen King fan, and it draws from Pet Sematary and that style of things.
You will be able to speak to your son, but no matter what you do, you must not open the door.
And then I was trying to find a new way to make horror fresh again, and I think that's what it all, the same conventions are in horror for the last 100 years. It's don't go to the basement, don't go where it's dark and, that kind of stuff. But you have to find fresh ways for an audience to be scared. And India just seemed like this whole unexplored world. The Kali, it was sort of based around Ernest and I, my co-writer and I. We it's very much, we buried ourselves into Indian research, into sort of Indian spiritual research, religious, just sort of looking at all aspects of the different religions out there, and we sort of drew a lot from Hinduism, bringing the sort of Kali-esque god into it. But then also I had seen Javier Bodet, who plays the Murtu. I had seen him in Mama and seen some creature tests they'd done in Mama of Javier doing, I think they just put him in a white dress and a cheap wig, and he was just walking down a corridor. And there was something about it, I remember seeing it for the first time and go, whoa, that's, I'm seeing something here that's totally... So that then, influenced me, and I called him up and said, look, I want you to come do my movie. The whole concept of it comes from a real village in India called Bangra, which is a village that is totally abandoned. Nobody knows why. Nobody knows what happened to the inhabitants, and it's all fenced off, and there's signs on the village saying you cannot enter this place after sunset because the ghosts of the dead walk the village, and it's a very dangerous place to be. So it was finding this place, I was like, oh wow, this makes for a fascinating sort of backdrop to everything. So, yeah. I don't know what it is, whether it's the innocence, pure innocence being evil. I think that must be what it really comes down to. It's something so pure being so terrible is a very frightening concept. And maybe it's just because children are always slightly creepy. I don't know, but I think that's what it is. It's the purity. It's the same kind of thing. It's why clowns are scary. It's why dolls are scary. It's stuff that is meant to be lovely and sweet and nice, and then it's perverted into this kind of darkness. So it's kind of mixing everything all together and into this big boiling pot, and hopefully creating a fresh way to look at a ghost story.
Thanks for watching. Have you seen The Other Side of the Door? Let us know what you thought down in the comments, and be sure to check out our other interview for the film with Walking Dead star Sarah Wayne Callies.